Hello, friends. I've been busy keeping a secret. Well, not exactly keeping a secret. More, I just haven't told you. So, let me tell you now. Actually, let me show you. So yes, I own a car now. I've been living the bike life, the no car life, whatever you want to call it, for 3-4 years or so. Now, as you can tell, that car is not necessarily your just go zipping around town car. And that's not the intention of this car. So to explain it better, I first need to let you guys know that one of my goals has kind of been to be an adventure tour guide. It's something that I feel like I could do well, something that I love sharing stories with other people and getting them excited and seeing them out there. So with being an adventure tour guide, I'm mainly focusing on cycling. That tends to be more of my niche. I mean, I haven't even gone whitewater rafting, so I wouldn't even feel right applying for whitewater rafting. With a lot of the bike touring industry, you would be gone possibly for months at a time, usually not around where you live, because the tours can go all over and a company could need you to go to many different places. In the winter, oftentimes a lot of companies will have some tours usually further south, and you know, if you're working with a company that does international stuff, you could be working in a Spanish-speaking country. Now, I don't speak Spanish, je parle un peu français. So I'm not quite eligible for that type of part. So I wanted to get back into snowboarding, so I figured I could try working at a ski hill or a mountain that's around here, because we have plenty in Colorado. With the principle of the fact that I could be, you know, gone for months at a time in the warm seasons and then working possibly at a ski hill or doing something in the winter season, I realized an apartment just wasn't worth it for me. And so I decided I wanted to do a van life type of thing. And I know that's not a van, a bit smaller, but for what I was thinking of doing with it, I think it could be well worth it. Biggest issue is budget. I really wanted something that could be 4x4, that could probably take going up into the mountains in snow, or going into the forest roads, because if I have downtime, I really wanted to really dig myself deeper into some of the national forest and just kind of live out there for a while. Some of the bigger Sprinter vans and other things like that, if you wanted to get those in 4-wheel drive, those are way expensive, and I do not have much of a budget. So I ended up finding this car, in which I call Ozzy. That is her name. I name everything. All my bikes have names, but so that's Ozzy. I was looking at within my budget, and Jeep Cherokees tended to be about what I wanted, and there's going to be a lot of designing and figuring out how to make that a living space. I have plenty of ideas right now, and quite frankly, I know it's not the biggest vehicle, but I know someone who's living on a Super Forester, some guy Charlie. I interviewed him, and one guy I wanted to interview right outside. He actually has a YouTube channel, Jared. He is right now living out of a Honda Fit. So part of this has also been a little bit of a relief type of thing. I've been really big onto the tiny house or ecological houses, earthships, that type of thing. And the reality was striking in that, at least with the student loans that I'm still paying back, and the type of job that I have or am qualified for, if you want to know, I don't have a degree. I never finished school. I am not going to get to a tiny house all that soon, and the biggest issue right now is actually just buying land. It's not necessarily saving up for the tiny house itself. So this was a way of kind of getting rid of rent and moving into a small space, which I am kind of really excited for. but it also kind of helps bring out some of the wanderlust that I have. There's a lot that I've wanted to do that I can't do simply because I don't have a car. I can't get out into the national forest as much as I'd want to. And now I don't want to be driving it all the time, but if I am in downtime in between tours, or if I'm downtime in between seasons and jobs, that would be time I'd have to head out into the forest. So to me, that's really important, and that's something that I want, and this is a way to get it. So the build's going to take a little bit of time, and I'm definitely bringing you guys along for the journey, and I'm always open for ideas if people have them on how to make that a living space. And I haven't seen too many people with Jeep Cherokees living out of them. I know of one person on YouTube, and I've seen like one photo. Otherwise, some people do overlanding, where it's just like maybe go out for a weekend off-roading and camp with like a rooftop tent or something. I will tell you, rooftop tents are out right now though, because part of the principle is trying to be a little bit more stealth, because I can't always be out in a national forest all the time. So being able to sleep in the car is a must. I will talk to you guys later, and we'll talk a bit more about this car in future videos. As always.